As you can see, it's leaking. Now it's had it. Plus some of the floor is sagging here because they didn't do it right when they added on the house. The band board there is added to the house, and then the joists that go into it, they didn't use joist hangers, just a couple nails, and they've pulled loose. So after I get all this out, I'm going to jack up the joists, put joist hangers in, rebuild this floor thing. You can see how much it sagged. I cut this pipe. Look how much tension the pipes were under. I had to cut this first so I could get some swing there. I want to put a new valve, a new shutoff valve in here, Sharkbite ball valve. And well, let's get after it. Shutoff valve installed, so let's go turn the water back on. At least we'll have cold water in the house while we're working on the hot water heater. Draining the old water heater. Hose goes all the way back into the house. So after taking off the nuts, wire nuts, from there, I think these things should have been twisted more. They were not really making a great connection. But we're going to do better when we put it back together. No easy way to get those blue connectors apart because the piece that holds the cable wedges in and you can't pry it loose. So we got the wires out, saved the wires, ruined the connector or the strain relief thing, but we'll get another one. So this Montgomery Ward 52-gallon electric water heater was here when we moved in 1989. It's 2024 now. It didn't work that well when we moved in. I put new heating elements and new thermostats in it, and it worked great just until very recently, and started leaking and started making just warm water and not hot water. So I would say that was one quality unit. Goodbye, farewell, you did us good. Now we're working on getting this floor up. Already got a bunch of pieces out. So, back at it. Some more shots of the floor for the hot water heater project. Looks like this board goes into the other room, so I'm going to have to cut it with the oscillating tool so I can piece in the new floor on top of this joist. And then when I do the rest of the room later, I can come back in on the other side and put a new piece, and then they'll match up right over top of that floor joist. Sitting on top of this joist here. Got a little bit more to go. Anyway, that's oscillating tool action. Rust-Oleum rusty metal primer on this heating vent thing here. We're ready to shoot some black on it. There we got some black shot on there. That should keep it from rusting. You can see how the sister joist is down here because I wasn't able to get it jacked up when the hot water heater was in when I did the sister joists way back when. This one was down similarly, but by prying and clamping, I've got it in place. So now I'll just put a bunch of 16 penny nails there to make the two joists as one. So with a few clamps, we got these level with each other. Now we'll nail them together. And then we'll put some joist hangers up where these double 2x8s meet that sill to make it even stronger. Clamping the joist hanger, make sure it's tight to the bottom and nailing it in. And we'll do the other side. Cut back that board a bit so we can put a temporary board across there after we're done replacing all this. We don't know what they use to attach this to the house, and it goes over 2 layers of siding, 1 layer of homicide, and then into the wood of the main house, which isn't ideal. So we're going to take some of these 6-inch long and put a couple there, a couple there, a couple there, and this water heater's heavy, and cheap insurance screws were like $1 something a piece. So let's get after it. This is just a shot of the pipes going through there. Here's the air conditioning pipes, hot and cold that go to the washing machine behind me. Heating duct. And there you have it. And there's the hole we're about to cover up. We're ready to cut the hole for the heater vent with a jigsaw. Broke the blade. I gotta go find my other blades for the jigsaw, saber saw, whatever you call it. This is why this job is taking forever. Found them. They were actually where I thought they would be, in the one drawer in the tool chest. Amazing. Future reference. Here's the floor joists. We got the piece down. That was quite a process, but 23-30 seconds. Subfloor is down. You gotta screw it in place. Gotta grab some lunch first. So here's the 23-30 seconds. OSB subfloor screwed down. And then we're gonna add that 7/16 piece on top of it. And that'll make this floor level from room to room. So let's get after that. New water heater is in the room already. Nailing down the 7/16 OSB with ring shank underlayment nails. Harbor Freight kneeling pad is the best $5 I've ever spent. We use some of that electrical putty like you use where the wires go into the house to seal from weather. I use that to seal around these pipes at these openings. Works better than caulk. Just knead it and put it in place. Planning the routing of the lines. These may be too long. They would work too. I'm going to tee up off of there. Those would work, but the shorter ones probably work just as well. So there'll be a T here, and then this will come to there, and then off the top of here, zigzag over, and we're going to put that expansion tank with that bracket. We're getting pretty close now. The subfloor and then the 7/16 on top of the 23-30 seconds is all down, screwed and nailed in. That's the water heater mocked up in place. We have to put the flooring underneath. You'll see that later. I'll put some floor tiles down so we don't have to move the water heater ever again. So we got the expansion tank mounted, and this will end up hooking to there. I'll have to move this up and over, and then this will come up and tee off, and the tee will hook into that, and then this will turn that way. It'll be a straight piece, and then another piece that turns to make the connection up into the tank. So solder all that stuff up and bring you back when there's more to look at. Getting real close to the final mock-up. That'll hook in there. We'll extend this one up to match the height of that, and then that one will go in there. So it'll end up looking something like that when it's all done. And Sharkbite fittings are really easy. Make sure the pipe's clean, make sure it's deburred, no sharp edges, and make a mark 1 inch down, and make sure it goes all the way down, and that's it. So here's the pipe we made. Gotta solder it all together. I put flux on both sides of all the joints, took them apart, put the flux in there, put them all back together. I'm going to solder it with this torch. So, back in a minute. And it's all soldered together, so we'll take it in and install it. We'll be back. Okay, we have our pipe installed that we made, and put this on here to plug it off, and let's see if we have any leaks. Contact. Well, that's good. No leaks. All right, we'll leave it like that, and we'll eat some lunch and come back, and if it's not leaking, we'll get the floor down and get the floor tiles down and get the hot water heater installed. Laying out the floor 3.5 feet from that wall. Gotta make sure we don't want that piece to end up over here right on the joint. We want the flooring to span the joint when we extend the flooring out later. So here we go. Here's an idea of how it's going to look. This is the what's it called? Mystic marble from Lowe's. Just peel and stick tiles, $1.29 a piece, so it's budget friendly. It looks nice. Got to cut the fit around the heating vent, so we're doing that. We're getting there. I think it takes longer to fit these tiles around these pipes than it did to lay all the other tiles, but it has to be done. All right, got the floor done, at least the section that we need done. Put the water heater in, and pipes are all done, so let's get the water heater in place and hooked up. Got some blue tape around the edges to protect the edges of those floor tiles until we can get the rest of the laundry room floor done. We don't want to chip up the edges of those tiles. Got to have strain relief on the cable. Got a new one of those. And there's the completed project. Now we'll have to do the floor later on out here. But for now, we wanted to get the water heater in place and the flooring done there. We can just add on to the subfloor and floor later, but here we go. 50-gallon electric, braided steel connections, expansion tank. I gotta cut the tails of those clamps off. Whipped up some shut-off valve, tied the pipes to the wall with a piece of wood. And spent some time, a lot of the time was rebuilding that floor. Now it should be strong enough to hold that, and that completes the project. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video.